Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm here to share with you the new 2021 Makse Life planners. If you are part of the Makse Life community or the planner community in general, you probably have seen the 4 beautiful covers get released. So I am here to show you which cover I chose. Are you ready? If you have been around, if you know me at all, you can probably guess that I went with the quote one. I saw this and was like, I love it. I am in love with this cover. It is so beautiful. I love the rainbow. I love a good quote, and this will just keep me going all year long. I'm so excited about it, y'all. But I am equally as excited to share the entire 2021 Makse Life line with you. If you have never heard of Makse Life, that is because it is still pretty new. It was launched, this company was launched last year. 2020 was the first year that they had a planner, and it is a beautiful product, y'all. It was created by a woman named Sierra Friend, and she's incredible. She was a member of the planner community. She was a planner girl. She had a huge Instagram following. She reviewed products. She got products for free and did Instagram posts and all kinds of things that I do all of the time. And so she really appreciates and understands where we're all coming from as planner people, as people who appreciate quality paper and quality products and what's important to us as people who like high quality planners. And she is also a life and business coach where she has been coaching people one-on-one to focus on their goals for years and years. And so she created this beautiful product that combines a high quality planner with that goal setting system that she has worked on and improved for years and years. And so she is an incredible person as well. I love being a part of the community for this company because it's just an incredible mission and they do a lot of really good things in the world. So I'm excited to show you all of the planners. We've got 2 layouts, 4 covers, lots of accessories, and a brand new product for 2021. If you already have a planner that you absolutely love and you're like, Lake, and I don't need another planner, but I have some goals that I want to achieve. So as always, there will be timestamps in the description box for all of the different sections of this video. So if you just want to watch one specific thing, you can check that out below and jump to a specific timestamp, but let's get started. All right, so all of the Makse Life planners come in this beautiful keepsake box. Like, it is super high quality. I use mine for storage. I actually just take them apart and use them kind of as storage with no top, but they are super beautiful. This year, the design, you can't even really see it in the camera. It's a much more faint, closer diagonal line. It's very classy, beautiful quality box. But let's start talking about the planner. Again, there are 4 cover options. This is the quote cover, which I'm so excited about it. I have 2 more covers also to show you as we go through some more things in the video, but let's start flipping. The outside is very similar to last year, like the same feel and the same quality and then the same coil. I know a lot of people asked her if she could do it on a normal coil, but with the number of pages, I mean, you have 2 layouts every single week and the paper quality, it's just not feasible to put on a normal coil that's not a wire O, which is a huge bummer. I'm with you. I don't like the wire O either. Personally, this isn't a planner that leaves my house. This is one that just stays at home even when we are in normal times. So I don't mind it as much. If it was a planner that I was throwing in a bag all the time, I might be a little bit more frustrated. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, another upgrade this year is on the inside. This page is now laminated. It feels so nice, super luxurious. I know Sierra was super excited about that upgrade. This planner is my favorite paper. Hands down, this is my favorite paper. I love the bright whiteness of the paper. It is super thick and quality, and it is just the right amount of grit for me personally. Everybody has different paper preferences, right? Everyone has different things that they like. I like my paper to be a little bit more on the smooth side, but not like plum paper smooth, right? I want it to be right there in the middle, and I want it to be white, and that's what this paper is, and it's thick. I can use my Papermate Flare, and it does not shadow to the other side. She also said she upgraded the paper this year so it doesn't bend or crease as easily, which I think is really cool. I haven't tested that yet because I don't want to ruin it, but super cool. Also, the paper is recycled, so it's 100% recycled paper, and all the ink is soy-based ink. So for those who really want to focus on being environmentally friendly, this planner does that. So let's start flipping through. I mentioned this in my video earlier this week, but a lot of the structure of the planner didn't change all that much from last year's product. So I'm not about to show you anything super drastic, but Let's go ahead and flip through it anyways. We start with the goal setting section. So you have a tab that says goal setting, and it's got all the tips to the compass assessment and how to work through everything and how to set your goals. And then you have the actual compass assessment, which this piece is available for download on their website, the compass assessment. So from like this page through all of the questions. And this is one of the things I love about this product. I love the compass assessment. I love answering these questions and giving myself a score on 1 to 10 and figuring out where I fall in each of the categories and coloring in my wheel. I love that part of the Makse Life Planner. So this part is fantastic and didn't change from last year. The intentions page, this looks very similar to last year. There's some changes in terms of color from the prior year. They've added a little bit more color and some more boxes and things like that. But for the most part, all of the actual content is the same. They've also upgraded the font size. So the font is a little bit bigger than last year. So if you did purchase one last year and you kind of struggled with the small font size, there is an increase throughout the entire planner. So the first thing that she really changed was this adding in this page and talking about 3 different types of goals, which I think is really cool. So there's 3 different main types: stretch goals, progress goals, and maintenance goals. And she talks about, you know, how many you should be doing and how you should be implementing these goals. Then it gets into more details about your annual goals, your monthly goals, and your weekly actions. And then you have the weekly reflection questions. And these are the questions that they recommend that you do every week, but she didn't want everyone to feel pigeonholed to actually do them every week. So she has them in the front and then a space for you to do them every week if you'd like to do them. Personally, I kind of wish they were actually already printed every week. I would be way more likely to answer them if they were already on each weekly page. I'll show you where they would go when we get there. But she does have them in the front so that if you don't want to do them, you don't have to do them. Then one of the other additions this year I think is really cool are what kind of falls into each category. So what are some goal ideas for each of these areas of life? So what is considered personal? What's fun and recreation? What's work and learning? What's family relationships, et cetera, et cetera. Some are easier than others for us to just kind of know. Like, we can all make a judgment on a scale of 1 to 10 where we're at in health and wellness. But fun and recreation, that was a little bit harder, right? And so I love this page. And they posted it in the Facebook group at some point last year, but I love that she added it to the planner for this year. And then there's this kind of brainstorm space to kind of brainstorm some of your goal ideas for the year. And then we actually set our annual goals. So for annual goals, there's 2 pages of spreads. So you have basically a half a page for each of the areas of life. And it's just lines to figure out what you want to do for your annual goals. And then there is this new focus at the top of each one, which I really like. Like, what are you really focusing in on in this category? Because you may have some other goals that you have, but what's the number 1 focus? I really like that. And then just like last year, there's the question at the bottom: how will my life improve by reaching these goals? And you have 2 pages of those. Each of the goals has a color coding. You'll see that throughout the entire planner and the sticker book. And those haven't changed from last year. So those are your annual goals. And then you have 2 pages for a vision board, which I've never been a big vision board person. And I only have a vision board in last year's Makse Life because we did it at a conference. There was a planner conference where we worked on a vision board and we got these little printouts. And so I did it last year because I did it at the Sunshine State Planners event. I don't know if I'll use these pages this year, but there are 2 full blank pages for a vision board. And then you have the goal setting quick tips, and then we get into the months. One of the updates this year that I absolutely love are the quotes on the monthly pages are colorful and bold and beautiful. There were quotes last year, but I love the quotes this year. Hannah from Hand Can Plan mentioned that she wanted these quotes to be like purchased like for wall art, and I'm all about that. I just think that they're beautiful. So we start with January. The actual page is not any different. Like, the page that is the month isn't any different, which I can appreciate because it just goes straight into the planner and we're not wasting a whole tabbed page for the month. And because there's already so many pages in this planner, I understand not wasting a page. Then we get to the monthly layout, and each month has a color. That's their color scheme. It's 1 color. So January is this blue color. So you can see it up here in the name, and then you can see it on the dates, which were moved from the center over to the corner, which I think is really helpful. That was something that people had requested. And then there are holidays on the monthly. It is a Sunday start on the monthly, and then there's a quote at the top. So pretty typical monthly layout. Then we have the monthly goals, and so it looks very similar to the annual, except you lost basically half the space. So instead of 4 pages, it's just 2. So you have a quarter of a page for each of the 8 areas of life. And then she added the name of the month to each of the monthly goals page. That's new from last year. And then the focus is also new, carried over from the annual goal. And that could either be the same focus that you have from the annual that you just want to remind yourself of, or it could be a more specific focus that you're focusing on for that month. You know what I mean? So then we get to the weekly pages, and for each week we have a dot grid page. This page used to say weekly reflections at the top, and that's where she would encourage you to do those weekly reflection questions. Like I said, I actually wish they were just printed here, because if they were just printed here, I would be way more likely to do them rather than just like copy them over myself or even just write the answers. So I kind of wish they were printed here, but I understand why she didn't. A lot of people use this page very creatively, which is why it's now a dot grid. You can't really see that in the camera, but it is a dot grid. It's very faint, and so people can use this however they want. And then at the bottom, there is a goal tip for each of the weeks, and I wish I had looked at this more last year, because I know that she put a lot of thought into this goal tip to have it be something specific to the time of the year and what people might need at specific times of the year. So I should reflect on that more. Then we have the weekly actions page. So instead of it being a goal, it's really, monthly, annual goals, monthly goals, it's the actions. What actions are you gonna take this week on your goals? And so you have all 8 categories again, but once again, now we cut it down even more, and you just have 1/8 of the page basically to work on each goal. It doesn't have the name of the goal. It just has kind of a little icon, if you will, that represents that goal. And then you have all of the actions. She also added the week number. And at first, when I first saw this, I was like, wait, week 53, is this a typo? And it's like, no, because it's the last week of the prior year, it's not considered week 1. Week 1 is the first full week of the new year. That's just how that works. So just something to keep in mind. This is not considered week 1. This is week 53 of 2020. Really is going to feel like week 503. But anyways, so you have your weekly actions, and then you have your weekly layout. And this is what I love about this planner. This is the best vertical layout I've seen in the community. It's the best. I love this vertical layout. There are very faint lines. I love the lines. And she removed the shading. So last year she had this kind of gray shading both on this section and this section, and now it's gone. And so this literally is my dream layout. It's so perfect, and I love it. The only thing that I still struggle getting used to is the fact that the sidebar is over here on the right instead of on the left. I think that that's kind of tough and frustrating sometimes, but it is what it is. So the days at the top have a little bit of color for whatever that month is. So that's the blue for January. And then there are holidays underneath the days of the week. And then you just have the lines, and then this little extra box at the bottom. You could just continue it if you really wanted to, or you could stop it and use this for something else. And then one of the signature Makse Life things is to have a little heart on each day to remind you to cultivate gratitude. So that is the vertical layout. And then on the sidebar, it already has a habit tracker built in, and there is an additional habit from last year. So last year there were only 6, and there were actually 7 in the horizontal. So she added one more to the vertical so that there would be 7 in both planners. So there are 7 habits. Already have a habit tracker on the side. If you know me, I love habits and habit tracking, and so I love that it's already pre-printed in the planner. So this is the vertical planner, and then you move into the next week. So everything is the same except the tip at the bottom, and now it says week 1, and then you move into the next week until you get to the end of the month, and then there is a monthly reflection page. So the monthly reflection questions are printed on here and encourage you to answer them, and then your overall satisfaction. Again, there's a little bit more color on this page than there was last year, but I love that addition as well. And then we move into February. So February is this teal color. So this is the monthly layout. And then this is what the week looks like. We've got that teal at the top, and then the teal in the habit section down there at the bottom. March is this green color. Why is March always green? It's my birthday month. April is gray, so pretty neutral over here in April. May is this yellow color. June is orange. July is the red, and then August is the purple, and then we go back to blue for September. And then the only other thing that I want to show you here is the quarterly check-ins. So for the quarterly check-ins, it's just one page. So it is on the tab for the first month of the new quarter. So April, July, and October, you're gonna have a quarterly assessment. Now, it does not have you go through all of those questions that I showed you at the beginning. And I actually asked Sierra about that. I asked her, like, why don't you have the questions again for the quarterly assessment? Like, I kind of want to do it all over again to know what number I would put. And what she told me was the assessment at the beginning was really an intake assessment. So it was to get you comfortable with what each of the categories was all about and not actually giving your score, and that once you got comfortable with the system, which typically happened after about 90 days, you would be able to just give the number yourself. You didn't need to go through the assessment again. And so that's why she doesn't have the assessment pre-printed for every quarter. But like I said, it is available for download on their website. So if you do want to print out the assessment and do it again every quarter, which is what I like to do, you can totally do that. And then in the back, there is a layout with 2021 and 2022 with all of the months. And this is much bigger than last year, so you could actually use little stickers on here, and then some sections for important dates down at the bottom. And then there are 13 just lined notes pages, nothing on them, plain simple in the back. And then this is another major upgrade for this year that I know Sierra is really excited about, and that is the pocket. The pocket last year was kind of awful. Like, it was just paper and mine ripped very easily, and it wasn't cute, and it was just kind of lame. But she said that that was just one thing that they couldn't get to before launch, and it was more important that they launch the products than have a perfect pocket. But this is an upgrade for this year, so it's laminated, so super high quality. It's way less likely to rip. And then it's got the quote on one side, and then on the back, it's just a super, super cute design, super high quality pocket. And then also new for this year is an added sheet of stickers in the back. Last year, they sent a sheet of stickers with your planner, with every planner purchase, like just a floating sheet, but now they're actually in the planner, which I absolutely love. So you've got all of these color coordinating dots. You've got some that say stretch goal, and then you've got ones that have just the little icon on them. You've got these little flags, and then you've also got a bunch of quotes, which I love these. Like, I just need a ton of pages of these quotes. And then there is one more pocket in the back, a side enter pocket, if you have a couple more things that you want to throw in here. And then that's it. On the back, it's got that red on the logo. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So that is the vertical planner. Next up, we have the horizontal version. So this is another one of the cover options. This one was done in part of the artist series, and I'll show you the other artist cover in a minute. This is one of the ones that Makse Life designed. Makse also designed another cover that I don't have in my hands. I'll pop up a picture here. Also beautiful, very simple. That one is like the most neutral if you really want a neutral cover. But I like this one with the gray and the pops of color. This one probably was my second choice, but I love it. Not a very close second to the quote. So the only difference in this version, everything is identical except the weekly layout. It is a horizontal planner instead of a vertical planner. And so you've got lines all along the side here, and then the little gratitude heart again, and then just a big blank box. And last year, this blank box had that same shading that the vertical did, and now it does not. So this is the horizontal. And then you have the note section over here in the bottom, and then you have 7 habits, just like in the vertical. So the coil bound planners, they're 12-month dated planners, retail for $68. And again, there are 8 different combinations. There is the vertical and the horizontal, and there are 4 different covers to choose from. So we have the 2 designed by Makse Life, we have the quote, and then the last option is this beautiful floral cover. I'm not usually a big flower person, but I think this cover is absolutely beautiful. This is the other cover that was designed by an artist that they brought in. The other thing to know, look at this cover floating on its own. You can purchase the covers by themselves, and they are technically interchangeable. Now, I haven't tried it yet. And I'm not gonna try it right now in this video because this video is already long enough. They have a video up on their website that shows you how to do it, how to take the coils apart and change out the covers. I am very nervous to do it, and I love the quote so much that I might not actually ever try. But there are a lot of other beautiful covers, so I don't know yet. But you can purchase the covers additionally for $10 just for the set of 2 covers. And it comes with the elastic band. Oh, look at this pretty green. Sierra warned that they did not get a ton of the covers by themselves. So if you want additional covers, those are going to sell out likely very shortly after launch. So go ahead and grab those pretty quickly. She said she can order more, but it might take time. So just to keep that in mind. But you can get the covers, all 4 covers you can purchase individually for $10. All right, let's talk about the sticker book. I'm so pumped about this. It is a super functional sticker book with the colors that are meant to specifically match the Makse Life. So we've got a page of circles that are super pastel, and then we've got a page of circles that are a little bit more bold in all 8 colors that match all the categories of the Makse Life. We've got another page of, oh no, these are hearts. And then we've got a page of hearts. It's kind of hard to see because it's a circle on the page. Let me show you. It's a really, really cute small heart. So we've got that page of hearts, and then we've got a page of bold hearts. And then we've got this page that's got these rectangles that take up one row in the vertical or the horizontal, but they fit the width of the vertical. And then we've got some more this way that are kind of those like inverted where it's like an arrow at the end. And then another page of those, these are the same, and these are the same, but the other colors. You know what I mean? So you have enough, you have the same number of all of the colors. And then you have the same pages, but with a little bit of a diagonal like stripe, a little bit of an accent on them. And then same thing here, same page with the diagonal stripe. Then you've got this one that's got these boxes that are 2 lines in the horizontal or the vertical. And then you've got these are like flags. It's really hard to tell. Sierra was mentioning that the next version of the sticker book, it won't just be like a block of color, but it's kind of hard to tell. This is like a flag. And then this one is those same like little arrow, pointing arrows. And then you have basically the same page, but these are different colors. So you got the same of all of the colors. And then you've got these little itty bitty flags. Like they're like the hearts and the circles, but they're flags and they are just like, they're little tiny baby flags and they take up one row in each of the planners. So you've got a page of pastel and then a page of vertical. And then you've got flags that take up 2 rows. So those other flags take up 1, and this size flag is gonna take up 2 rows in the horizontal or the vertical. And you've got the pastel ones and you've got the bold ones. And then you've got a page of the icon stickers for all of the goals, and that's it. The paper quality is interesting. It feels very smooth, but Sierra did say you can write on it with a matte pen. But let's try it. Let's go ahead and give it a go. I am just gonna test, I don't know. I'll test one of these gray ones. Okay, I gave it a second to dry because I could see that the ink was there, and then it's fine. And then it doesn't smear. So you can totally write on these with a matte pen. Absolutely love them. The sticker book retails for $20. All right, the next accessory that's available are these snap-in bookmarks that are really cute and really high quality. So there's 3 of them, which are meant to go on your annual, your monthly, and your weekly. So one says My Vision, that's for your annual goals. One says monthly goals for your monthly goals. And then one says this week. And then they also have these little quotes at the bottom as well. These are $15 for the set of 3. Okay, the next product I do not have in my hands, but I'm gonna tell you about it and pop up a couple of pictures because it is super unique and super awesome. If you are somebody who has a planner that you already absolutely love, but you are interested in trying out the Makse Life goal setting system, they are releasing a set of companion notebooks. So it is a set of 5 notebooks. The first one is all the goal pages. So it is all of the pages from the beginning of the planner, but it is shrunk down to be an A5 size notebook. So from this page all the way through to this page, it's all of these pages are one little notebook in a shrunken A5 size. Then there are 4 quarterly notebooks that are completely undated, but they are created in a set of quarterly notebooks, and each one is a different color and has a different quote on the front, and they're just beautiful. I don't have them in my hands to show you clearly, otherwise I would. But from what I have seen and talked to Sierra, they are great products. It's the same paper quality as these planners. So each quarterly notebook is going to have, again, 3 months worth. So it's gonna have an undated monthly layout, then it's gonna have a place to do your monthly goals, and then it's gonna have 5 weeks of this layout. So it'll have a dot grid on one side and the weekly actions on the other side. It won't have the little quote in the corner, and it will have 5 weeks of those because some months have 5 weeks. And then it'll repeat that for 2 more months so that it makes 1 full quarter. And then it will have the quarterly compass assessment at the end. And then that's it. And there's 4 of those each. Again, they're all undated, but they each have a different color, so you kind of know which one is for which quarter. So those will be available for pre-order during launch. However, they will not ship at the same time. These planners will ship much earlier and will be in your hands much earlier. Those are not arriving until December. You can order them in the same order. You could still qualify for free shipping if you order both, but you won't get them until December, which is kind of a bummer. But again, if that's what you want, it's a super cool option. So the set of 5 notebooks, the 1 goal setting and the 4 quarterly companions, is $48 for that set of 5 notebooks. There will also be a sticker add-on for those notebooks that you can purchase that will have date stickers for the monthly layout. So if you want to date the months with stickers instead of with your handwriting, you can buy the add-on stickers for $6 that can label all of the dates in your undated monthly companion. Right. So many beautiful products. If you watched my video from earlier in the week where I compared and contrasted and gave you some things to think about if you're trying to decide between the PowerSheet system and the Makse Life system. You know that I am planning to use the Makse Life Vertical in conjunction with my PowerSheets in a very unique way. If you did not see that, I would go check that video out because I talk all about it in that video. And I'm so excited to give that a go for 2021. So let me know down in the comments if you have any other questions, anything else you want to see about the Makse Life planners. There are lots of other review videos up today that you can go check out as well. I'm sure YouTube is recommending some to you right now. But if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. Gotta have a 10 around here. So the planners themselves, these coil bound, and it's got the monthly refractions. Where did my planner go? Figuring it out,